Hi, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to add my voice to the tribute to Ustad Salamat Ali Khan. Although I only knew him for a few years, he meant a great deal to me, and I think he was one of the outstanding singers of the 20th century and a very significant artist. He kind of embodies what I feel Muhammad Iqbal also did in terms of bridging from Islam to Christianity, from so-called East to so-called West. I first met Ustad Salamat Ali Khan in 1995, introduced to him by Shanti Baker Spearman, the wife of tenor saxophonist and composer Glenn Spearman. We went to tea, and then Ustad Salamat and Shafqat invited us to dinner, and Glenn and Shanti and Gina and I got to know them better, and better and better. The dinners became really quite joyous occasions with the food that was offered by the Ali Khan family and the general good feeling. I don't think I've ever seen Ustad Salamat and Glenn so happy as they were on those dinners together. I began to hear more of Ustad Salamat and Shafqat. They gave performances in the San Francisco Bay Area with their students and colleagues on sarod and sarangi and tabla and tambura. And they also gave me recordings, astounding recordings of Ustad Salamat and Ustad Nazakat, his brother, over their very long career, and recordings that had been done recently with Ustad Salamat and his sons. So over the course of months we decided that we would record an album. I heard so much in Ustad Salamat's voice. I heard the blues as sung by Robert Johnson and Blind Willie Johnson. I heard the poignancy of Billie Holiday's ballads. I heard the inventiveness of musicians such as Charlie Parker and Igor Stravinsky, just the way he was able to leap around in the more rhythmic parts of the songs, and the alap that introduced the ragas, that being so soulful as delivered by him, and his melodic sense, the lawas. Excuse my mispronunciations, I know I'm really butchering these terms, but anyway, I was very moved by Ustad Salamat as an artist, and we all decided to make a record called Redemption Songs with the group that was called Erna, featuring Ustad Salamat, Shafqat, Glenn Spearman, and another tremendous musician, the gypsy flamenco classical guitarist Diani Dharma. And in June of 1995, we were then to a studio in San Francisco Bay Area and cut that album called Redemption Songs with several sidemen, tabla player Tim Winter, John Baker on keyboards, Zeke Neakley on congas, and Rifat Ali Khan, Ustad Salamat's very gifted daughter, on tambura. I think that Ustad Salamat's performance on that recording, his solo performance in what we called Solitude, is the greatest vocal performance I've ever heard. We subsequently became more friends and would go out often. He was gracious enough to give me lessons and to also give me a morning and evening raga. That was kind of in keeping with his character. His character was a generosity. Let me refer to something I wrote today, knowing that this was upcoming, about Ustad Salamat. His aura, a genuine, beaming kind of light, stayed around him in any circumstance. His dignity was constant. His dignity was constant, even when his health, his simple capacity to have a stomach free of pain, was troubling. He maintained his ancestors' bred and celebrity-furthered dignity even upon encountering a complete lack of recognition from the local Richmond district pharmacist. At age 61, Ustad Salamat often looked as innocent as a wondering child, but he was also wise in his tolerance and acceptance. Ustad Salamat Ali Khan belonged and belongs to the international race of artists. He remains among that race's highest exemplars within my acquaintance. I still see and hear him whenever he's needed. His face and voice rise immediately to mind. Great artists have that kind of enduring effect, and I count knowing him as a gift from God's special treasures.